Good evening, everyone. Welcome to just a Pokemon stream. This isn't the same save that's the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet playthrough I've been playing through. Well, specifically the Pokemon Compass one. But I want to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm actually going to do multiple little video recordings on occasion. I don't know if it'll lag the stream out, I hope not. But I've got a little notepad of things I want to talk about. I'm going to go through them while we just go and explore, do raids, catch Pokemon, and raise Pokemon up. I think that might be a little bit fun to do. So hello everyone, welcome to the Pokemon stream. I think I decided we're going to just do a little bit of yapping while I go out and catch some Pokemon and maybe have a good time, hopefully. I've got a little notepad with things I want to talk about here. So let's begin. Firstly, why don't we just start with the streams, right? As of right now, this is the stream schedule for this week. And you'll notice that I stream around 9 o'clock every night. And I stream for about 5 days a week, which that's a decent amount of time to stream. You know, give yourself 5 days on, 2 days off. Some people might go, oh, you know, you should stream 6 or 7 days. Oh, you should stream for longer than like 2 or 3 hours. You should stream for 6 hours. Well, I, first of all, don't have the stamina to do that. Secondly, I don't have the time to do that. You might say, oh, well, you know, you go and you work on part-time, why don't you, you know, stream afterwards? Well, yeah, fair point. Let's go through the day, right? So, my days usually, if I'm going to work, if it's a work day, my days usually start at 12 or 12:30 in the afternoon. I go to work late, around 2 o'clock. And then I get off work at 7. I usually leave at 6:50. Yeah, I basically quiet quit my job. I'll touch on that in probably another video. Let's get this schedule off the stream. This doesn't need to be on here anymore. I come home at 7 or 7:30. I give myself enough time to get home, make something to eat, either, you know, drive through someplace or usually just go home and make something. And give myself time to eat food and get everything ready for the stream. And then, you know, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So it's 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 3 hours. After about 2.5 to 3 hours, even if I don't have a little notepad open with things I want to talk about like I'm doing tonight, I'll usually just run out of steam at about 1.5 to 2 hours later. And then we're just chilling for the remaining bit of time. Now, on my days off, I have more time to stream, but it really, I've seemed to have learned from doing streams for about 3 years now that going full on and just grinding streams out, even if you're just exclusively streaming on one platform and not doing what I'm doing and streaming on both Twitch and on YouTube, maybe it's different with YouTube, or Twitch. I'm on YouTube. Maybe it's different on Twitch. Maybe if you have the ability to stream long streams and be entertaining, and that's the hard part, then maybe doing marathon streams on Twitch might be the way forward, but I highly doubt you're going to be able to sustain yourself doing marathon streams 6 or 7 days a week if it's a normal thing. Like, I understand that you have your streamathons and stuff where people either just don't sleep or they stream themselves sleeping, or more commonly people just, from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep, for like a week or 2 weeks or a month or so, you know, some period of time, people will usually just stream. And those marathon streams can be fun, especially if you're playing something like Minecraft or Pokemon, or just doing a wide variety of games or something. That can be pretty fun. But for someone that's growing, you really shouldn't be doing that. I hope the YouTube chat was working. I've turned it on. It must have been longer than a couple seconds since Devo said, "Hi, Blue," and I said, "Hello, Devo." We're going to be just mainly yapping today. So I'm starting to trail off topic. I was just talking about streams. So my streams will most likely remain at that 9 o'clock slot, going from 9 p.m. until midnight. Now, something I would like to do is I would really like to know when my dad is off work. Because days he's off work, I would rather not stream. I'm sure you've heard, at least last week, at least once or twice, it's like 1 or 2 streams, I've had to be quiet all of a sudden. Like, I just get really quiet. And the reason why is because where all my stuff is, where my computer is, where my game systems are, they're in a separate room. They're not in my bedroom. I don't have everything set up in my bedroom. I would like to do that in the near future, just move everything into one room, that people have zero reason to come in and bother me. But they're sitting, all my stuff is sitting in basically what's supposed to be like a second bedroom. It's supposed to be like a guest bedroom, and it has a connected bathroom. And that bathroom's the closest bathroom from the living room, so of course when people need to go to the bathroom, they're going to go through that door. And my mom usually, if I'm streaming, if she sees the microphone on the counter, she's usually really good about not asking me something or being quiet, because she understands that, hey, I'm basically doing the equivalent of a radio broadcast, but in video form on the internet, and you probably don't want to, like, disturb them. My dad will just come in, and it depends on his mood. If he's kind of in a pissy mood, he'll usually just keep to himself. But if he's had off all day, he's probably in like a goofy, silly mood, and he'll come in and he'll just be a pain in my ass. You might have heard them. It was, I think, on the Oblivion stream, where you just hear me saying, "For fuck's sake," or "God fucking damn it," and I'm mute. The fun thing my dad's been doing, he's been saying the funny gamer word. So, I try to make it so that I'm streaming when he's not home. I stop streaming when he is home. That way, I have a smooth stream experience. I can control the flow of and the mood of the stream. I don't have to worry about somebody coming in and basically just like killing the entire mood of the stream. Like, imagine you were... this is supposed to be 2 separate videos, but I guess they kind of segue into each other. We're going from about streams into hostile stream environment. So I guess I'll just merge this into 2 videos, like about my streams and the hostile stream environment. That's basically the kind of environment I'm in. I am in a hostile stream environment. And it's just mainly due to just age difference thing. My parents are part of baby boomer generation. They don't understand that anybody can basically do the equivalent of a radio talk show podcast kind of thing. And, you know, if someone's trying to host such a thing on the internet it doesn't matter if it's 0 viewers, 1 viewer, 10 viewers, doesn't matter. You're trying to put on a show, and they walk in and they make all this noise and stuff. And I've actually tried explaining this to my dad, and I can't talk to my dad. It's like he'll hear me, but he won't listen, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And I don't want to air dirty laundry, so I'm going to try to condense things down into like a TLDR version. Basically, I've always had animosity with my dad ever since I was a little kid. It's just been a long-running thing, and if anyone wants to butt in and say I should do this, that, or the other thing, 1, you don't know me. 2, you don't live my life. 3, stay in your lane. I appreciate you wanting to help. Stay in your goddamn lane. There are some things that you just stay out of. It's usually people's family stuff and politics and religion. Those are like the 3 things you usually stay out of. You know, boundaries and all that. So, that's basically it. I want to keep my stream schedule where it is. I'm actually comfortable with my stream schedule because my sleep schedule is completely messed up. Let's be honest. I mean, no normal person should be staying up till like 6 o'clock in the morning and waking up at 12:30 in the afternoon. It's actually really depressing, to be honest. You wake up and half the day is done. You're like, well, this sucks. really, I can commit to streaming at 9 or 10 o'clock until around midnight. Because I also notice around midnight-ish, usually after midnight, I notice my viewership seems to dip down, chat gets more quiet. It depends. There's some streams where I hate the fact that I'm ending stream because it's actually doing really well and there's a lot of people tuning in and there's a lot of people watching. But then there's streams where, you know, people were chatting, people were hanging out, and then, like, you know, 11:30, 12 o'clock, most people have signed off for the night. It's a school night, it's a work night, whatever. People just want to go to bed. They don't want to stay up real late. Or maybe I'm just fucking boring on that stream. I don't know. It could be any of those damn reasons. So usually I find it best, like, after 2-3 hours, it's time to stop. And usually, unless you're like a career streamer, which I wish I was, mainly just to be able to do it as a job and not have to, you know, go work at a actual soul-crushing minimum wage service job. Just, oh, holy shit, I can do what I like and I earn money doing it. That sounds great. I mean, that's nice, but I don't do that. So most of your streamer, most of your indie streamers, I'm not gonna say VTubers in particular. I cannot, all right, what's going on here? I can't hit them, can I? Did they shrink? I can't hit them. Oh, I was using Phantom Force, that's what's going on. Okay. Most of your smaller streamers will stream for about, like, 90 minutes to 3 hours. That seems to be that sweet spot. So instead of doing one long stream, because streaming's their job and they're gonna stream for 6 or 8 hours a day, usually doing, like, not only just a stream for themselves or a stream where they talk for their community and react to content made by other people, but they also do collabs and stuff. Like, it's an actual job. I mean, I should save this for, like, another segment. I don't do that. I don't make money doing. I don't earn money doing this. And I could stop being lazy. I could set up Stream Elements Pay. I'm afraid to do that just because of taxes, because it really screws with your taxes. You wind up having to basically pay taxes twice. You have to pay income tax. You have to pay personal income tax, and you also have to pay like a separate tax. A separate tax. Let me try that again. You have to pay a personal income tax on the income you get from donations, and you also have to pay a, I forget what it's called. It's basically like a self-employment tax. So you get taxed twice, which is just great. If you work a day job, you can usually offset that with your withholding from your day job that you absolutely hate and show up late consistently every single time you're scheduled to work, because really you have one foot out the door the way it is. Little too specific. So, because I don't earn money doing this, I don't see a point in pushing myself to stream 5 days a week for, like, 6 or 7 hours a day, even if, like, I did multiple games, multiple streams. I just really, at the moment, do this as a hobby. I do it as an outlet. I do it as... Why? My battery on my controller is dying. You gotta be fucking kidding. I was so stupid last night. I thought I turned my computer off. I didn't turn my computer off. I woke up, my computer is still on. Like, what? And then, I guess I didn't charge my battery on my controller last night either. Yeah, I don't make money doing this. I do this as a hobby. I've decided, I'm happy with just doing this as a hobby, doing this as an outlet, and just enjoying myself doing it, and talking with my community. I cannot speak today. I'm sorry. So, yes, the goal is still to be able to earn money doing this, but how am I going to end the thought? What was the topic again? About streams in the hostile stream environment? Okay, so, I'm going to keep this, I'm going to keep the schedule. Let me show the schedule again on image share. You notice it's Mondays and Wednesdays is YouTube, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is on Twitch. I want to keep the pattern like that. I want to keep the time slots. You know, 9 p.m., that's usually a good time. Maybe start earlier, maybe later, but I think 9 p.m. is a good time I can commit to. Now, I may change the stream schedule this week and just say, look, the stream that's happening on Wednesdays are going to happen at 9 and not 10 because I'm going to go into a different segment and talk about why. So, I don't know. I guess I'm done with the segment. Thanks for watching the segment. I'm going to move on to the other thing and not gracefully segue at all. Alright, so for the next segment. Alright, so I just talked about streams. One thing I didn't mention about my streams is I'm thinking of maybe Wednesday's stream will start 1 hour earlier than I originally planned. The reason why is actually about what I'm about to talk about right now. I can't speak. Why can I not speak today? Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? I yap to myself at work all the time, have full-on conversations with myself, and I'm actually more coherent than when I'm live. What is this bullshit? Anyway, today is Monday, right? I usually go to classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. And, oh boy, this is why this is a whole segment, because this isn't just about what happened, but it's about just basically my experience of the entire thing. So, I get in my car at 5:10. I'm getting ready to drive to class and probably be a couple minutes late and be a little upset about it. I always check my phone before I start driving, mainly because I'm going to set up music or I'm going to open voice recorder and like maybe yap in the car, because I do that. I'll talk about that a little bit later on a different video segment. And I pull up my phone and I see I got a text message. I'm like, all right, who the hell just texted me? Did mom text me something? Did she want something? Like what? I was actually curious. Like, all right. And it's it's our instructor. He said, I thought classes ended on the 30th. It turns out they ended last week. Therefore, there is no class today. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. So, back in January, it's toward the end of January. I'm not even going to pull out my phone to see when the fuck it was, because it doesn't matter. It's not really relevant to the story. Back in January, the end of January, I started attending classes for the CompTIA trifecta. That is A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. My current status on this stuff, on this program, is the program's basically ended, and I didn't know that. But I have finished A+, but I have not taken the exam, because I've taken the pretest, and there's basically a lot of shit that I have gaps in, that if I were to take the exam, I'd pass one of them but fail one of them, and this program only gives you 2 exam vouchers. You have 1 exam and a retake. So if you fuck up twice, you have to pay out of pocket for more vouchers, and these vouchers are almost $200 per attempt. And I think you can only attempt up to 5 times, and you have to wait 6 months, and unfortunately, the A+ stuff is, it's going to be obsolete in September, so I don't really have 6 months. I would basically have to pay for another whole A+ course. Or, I guess what I would actually do is honest to God, I would just wait for someone to scan and upload a copy of, like, the A+ textbook and just download it from Internet Archive. Because you can do that. Yes, it's piracy. I don't fucking care. Do what you gotta do. Because these textbooks are like $500 for goddamn dollars. So, the way the program was supposed to be structured was you're supposed to have 6 weeks with each section. So, from, first 6 weeks, it was supposed to be, oh, you're gonna do the A+ stuff, and then you're supposed to take the exam at the end, because you should be ready by then, and then you're supposed to then go and start with Network Plus, and, so on and so forth for, like, Network Plus, and on Security Plus. Well, that's not what happened. So, when the program started, everyone was told that classes only meet for, I think it was 3 hours, 2 days a week. It was Mondays and Wednesdays. But then we were told that we're expected to put in, I think it was a minimum of 8 hours of study outside of the classes. So the way the program works with this time when I went to it was you would go into the college building. You'd go to the computer lab there. You'd sign into the computers onto the CompTIA courseware website, and then you would just go through the courseware at your own pace. So you'd go through it you'd have 3 hours at the computer lab, then the classes end, then everyone goes home. And then the days you're not at school, they're expecting you to at least give 2 hours. I think I brought it down to like 2 hours a day for 5 days, or 1 hour a day across, no, I'm sorry. It was either 1 hour a day across the 5 days you're not in class, or 2 hours a day across 3 days, right? I can't math right now. That side of my brain is kind of fried at the moment. It's clocked out for the day. It doesn't want. It's like, I don't want to do math anymore. I'm gonna throw a fit if someone rings the math department bell and asks for math crab legs. It's gonna just say fuck you and then leave. And then I'm gonna have to get the math side's manager, and it's gonna be we're just gonna leave the math side alone. The math side's just having a bad day today. I keep losing my train of thought. God damn it. This is your life on Asperger's, dude. Autism spectrum's great! I have all the debuffs I could have. Hey, at least I don't have crippling depression. Although that might change, I don't know. Hope not, knock on wood. Yeah, so the way the program was supposed to work, and my expectations going into it was as follows. Day one of class, the very first day, I was expecting us to not do anything related to the coursework. It was just going to be like orientation, like, here's what the courseware looks like, here's the expectations, here's how I navigate through it. And then I was expecting us to have a syllabus. Even though it's only like one fucking thing, I was expecting them to go, okay, Wednesday, which would have been the next day class started, we're gonna go through chapters 1 and 2 of this 14 chapter course for A+. And then I want you to go through and finish chapters 3 and 4, and then we'll do chapter 5 and 6 on Monday, and then you're going to finish chapter 7 on Tuesday, and then we'll do chapters 8 and 9 on Wednesday, and it would just go like that. But that only worked for one fucking day. Literally one day. I went in on that Monday. No, I'm sorry, we went on the Tuesday, and he's like, oh, we're all going to do chapter 1, right? So we all did chapter 1. And I actually was done with chapter 1 about like an hour and a half in. I could have kept going through chapter 2, but I thought we were going to kind of all go together at the same pace, so I just stopped. Right? And then we were told, like, all right, we want us to be at like chapter, I think it was like chapter 3 or something. They wanted us to be done with like chapter 2 and chapter 3 so we could start chapter 4 on Monday. I came in that Monday, I kind of fucked off, so I was only like halfway through chapter 3, and I was feeling pretty bad about it. There are motherfuckers in my class that weren't even done with chapter fucking 1, and I'm like, what the fuck were you doing the 2 goddamn hours? The 3 hours of the class. When we started, classes were for the full 3 hours. We would go in at 5:30, we'd leave at 9. So it was like 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. It was like 3.5 hours, right? And we would take like a small little 10-minute break in the middle. Toward the end of the course, and by end of the course, I mean literally last week, we wouldn't even be there for 90 fucking minutes. It's like the instructor has just given up and has just decided us to all just be failures, which, you know, that's reassuring. That's always great. Communication was all over the fucking place. So, here's what actually happened. First 6 weeks, we lost a week. We lost a week because, for you know, Monday we did have orientation, right? So we had, we were told about, like, introduction to the courseware, how it works, what the labs are, blah, blah, blah. What we were expected to do outside of class, so on and so forth. And then we went in on Wednesday, and we basically fucked around all day Wednesday for 3 hours because the college didn't have the access keys to the courseware that we need to be able to study the course that we signed up for. That we're on the hook for paying back to the tune of, I think it's $15,000 if we don't get certifications within, I think it's either 30 days or 90 days. I'll have to look at I actually took a picture of the shit I signed. And the orientation lady was like, why are you taking pictures of stuff? I'm like, anytime I sign something, I take a picture of shit. So I can reference it. So, because that's just from personal experiences. I've worked jobs where I would sign something and then they would bullshit and say I signed XYZ and agreed to XYZ when I didn't. And because I didn't have a copy of shit, they were like just making shit up. And then if I asked for a hard copy, they'd roll their eyes and say no, blah, blah, blah. And just basically bullshit the whole time. So basically, everything basically fell apart by February. And February was literally 1 or 2 weeks into the program. So that's great. It also didn't help that in February, I'm sure everyone remembers the streams in February, I was coughing nonstop. I couldn't, it got so bad. My cough got so fucking bad that I couldn't get one sentence out, let alone one word out, without coughing my goddamn lungs out. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a cold that led to a respiratory problem. I don't know if I had the fucking flu. I didn't have a fever. I still went to work. I just felt like shit. Maybe it was COVID. I don't know. I don't think it was COVID because I wasn't fucking tired and sore everywhere. And I wasn't shitting, so, like, out my butt, like a fucking dam or something. I don't know. So I don't think that was it. But basically, I was sick through half of February through half of March. So yeah, I was still trying to do the coursework. I was showing up to classes. I would, if it wasn't a day where I was doing classes, I just wasn't studying because I would open the courseware, but I would be so fucking tired because I'm sick that I'm like, I can't, I'm so tired, I can't focus. I might as well go to sleep. Just go to fuck to sleep. I can do it in the morning. And I just never do it in the morning because I don't wake up in the morning. Mornings don't happen. If I say I'll do it in the morning, it means I'm not doing it because mornings don't happen with me. So I will admit, yeah, you know, I'm only like, I've completed one course and I'm about to complete a second course. One of the reasons why I haven't gone through all the courses and not in as better shape as I should be in, and maybe even certified, is because I didn't take the time to do it. I was inconsistent. Okay, I took the time to do it, but I was inconsistent with it. I'm kind of like this with streams too. I'm a flaky person. That's a bad personality trait. I'm trying to work on it. It's just a case of too little too late, and that's the story of my fucking life, but that's baggage I don't want to, like, slam on the table in this stream. Let's get back on topic about classes ended wasted time. So basically, we fast forward to, it's now, you know, the 15th. It's May 15th. We were under the assumption that classes were ending at the end of May. We were actually told a number of times, classes end at the end of May, right? I get in my car to go to class today, and I get the text message from the instructor, oh, classes actually ended last week. I'm like, oh, okay, that's just fantastic. Nobody in my class is certified. So I basically wasted my time and wasted my gas. And cut hours at my job, so I also have lost money that I could have been earning to go and to attend these classes in the hopes that I get these certifications so I can get a better job. Because let's be honest, let's be real here, I don't want to deal with the general public anymore. I'm fucking tired of it. And the pay is just god-awful. It's like, I cannot... The pay of a job is awful if it doesn't pay me enough to be able to live in a single-wide mobile home and be able to sustain myself. That's the metric. Because if I can't afford a single-wide mobile home and a fixer-up car, then the job is shit. It's not worth it. And I don't know about you, I don't like the idea of working 80 hours a week and still barely getting it, and just being like one inflationary fucking price increase from being bankrupt. Because that's been great this past 5 years. So at the end of this entire program, like, there's just multiple times communication's kind of been a problem. I will say, after this experience, I am so glad Like, I was kicking myself when I started this program. I'm going, oh man, I should have just went to college. I should have just went to the community college I'm taking this program at. I could have done this like 8 years ago. I could have done this, that, and the other thing. Going through this program, seeing just how disorganized everything is, not only from the instructor, but from like the actual people that run the college, how just it just seems to be, everyone's running around their chicken head off, everyone's running around like a chicken with their head cut off. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on. People can't even tell me what the fuck when the date of something is. They just tell me, oh, that was included in the paperwork. Oh, I misplaced the paperwork. Can you give me a copy? I'll get back to you. And they never get back to me. Like, you got to be kidding me. So, here's a prime example. There were supposed to be multiple field trips, right? We had one. We went down to Sotelo, which is it is an enterprise-level internet service provider. So basically, think of like somebody just bought internet service from like Comcast and Cox, and then they combine those ISPs together and make their own backbone, and then they subdivide their bandwidth from those other ISPs to other smaller companies, like small businesses. Like, let's say like a mom and pop shop needs to have internet for their point of sale software. That's basically what they did. And they're serving all around the Raleigh area. It was actually a really fun, well, it wasn't fun. It's not like going to the theme park. It was a very interesting field trip, because it's not every day you get to walk into it was a small data center. It was about the size of like a classroom, basically. But it's not every day you get to walk into a data center and see how it's put together and how everything works, and see, without them showing like personal information or information they can't share. It's just seeing the day-to-day, getting to talk to people that work in the field and find out what they do. And like, I was the one asking questions like, what's a typical day look like for you? When you go into work, what is it like? What do you do? And they're all like, I go in, I sign in, I look at emails to see what needs to be done, I answer tickets, or I come in, it always starts on checking emails. I guess that's a corporate thing, you always check your emails. But then it's like, I check emails and then I do my thing. The person that does the cybersecurity stuff is probably the most stressful job, but also the most interesting job, because you're basically keeping on top of everything, making sure things are patched, making sure there isn't any intrusions. It's very stressful, but also very engaging. It's never a dull day at work at being the cybersecurity analyst guy. But it's also extremely stressful because, god fucking damn it, you're gonna fucking lose sleep. Because you might get called in at 3 o'clock in the morning because somebody's servers got fucking hacked, and it's your job to fix it, and you need to fix it right now because the website is down, and there's still people trying to access the thing to do their thing that they need to do, and they can't do it because their fucking website's down. It's great. So that was probably the best thing that came out of the whole program, was taking that one field trip. And I'm over here going, oh my god, this is great. I actually got to meet the person that is over the entire program I did. Like, my main complaints about the program is the way that my local college is managing the program. But the program is offered through a number of colleges throughout the state. It's done through a program called Rural Empowerment. I don't know if it's a program or an agency or what. It's some sort of corporate entity called Rural Empowerment. And I actually got to meet the man that is funding the whole program. And when I found out that's who this guy was, I metaphorically shit my pants. I didn't actually shit my pants. I metaphorically shit my pants, because I literally went to this field trip wearing a graphic t-shirt and shorts. Everyone else is dressed in a polo and fucking dress pants. I'm like, god fucking damn it. Nobody told me to dress business casual. I could have, like, gone to Walmart and got a fucking, like, knockoff Ralph Lauren polo or something. So I'm not looking like, a junkie off the street. And I started feeling really bad, too, because this is, like, I think it was April's when we went. It was supposed to be in February, but in February we had that snowstorm happen right when we were going to go on this trip. And it got postponed, it got canceled. So it got moved down to a later time. So I'm like, alright, I made sure to take off work that day. I'm like, I'm going. I want to do this. I want to go to this. Like, if I couldn't get off, I was gonna call out. I was gonna be like, look, I'm just not gonna be able to make it. I also spent the rest of the day down there. Of course, I went to a CC's Pizza that was down there because I didn't eat lunch when I was there. They served lunch. I think it was Jimmy John's or something. It was subs. I don't eat subs. I literally had nothing to eat. I didn't eat anything there. I had like a can of Pepsi, and that's it. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to CC's. And then I went to a arcade that was down there called Zephyr Arcade. I got the sticker on my wall. And it was a pretty cool place. They had a bunch of Japanese rhythm games, but the whole time I'm down there, I'm like, wow, you know, this Raleigh-Durham area is really fucking nice. It wasn't Raleigh, I'm sorry, it was Durham. No, it was Raleigh. It was Raleigh. Raleigh-Durham's the same fucking city. One's a district, one's the actual city. I'm like, this area is really nice. It's a very nice area. It's night and day from where I live. Where I live, it's a city by name only. It's basically a rural town. Just a really large rural town. Take, like, one or two neighborhoods out of my city, and it's not much larger than a couple other quote-unquote cities nearby. Which is literally just like a main street and then a bunch of rural sprawl of like Walmarts and whatnot. We have that slowpoke? Yeah, we have that slowpoke. We don't have this guy though. So now we fast forward to right now. Again, May, the second week of May started up. And you were supposed to start Cybersecurity Plus. Nobody's done with Network Plus. Not a single soul. I put my foot down. I'm like, okay, I finished A+, but I didn't study for the exam because because when I wanted to study for the exam and then take the exam, we were told to start Network Plus. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not even halfway through Network Plus, and they're like, oh, we're starting Security Plus. I'm like, I'm not even gonna open it. And then the instructor's like, well, you know that classes end at the end of this month, right? I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, well, I kind of wanted to be able to get, like, everyone get done with it, and then, like, within 1 week, go through test questions for a week to get everyone ready for the exam. And I just went, well, you know, I actually was an asshole. I said, well, you know, that didn't happen the last 2 times, so I would be surprised if it happened this time. Let's be perfectly honest. So, I just continued with Network Plus. And of course, like, the week we were supposed to start Security Plus, for the second time in the program, we lost a week. We lost a week because they didn't have the access key for us to add it to the accounts. So we lost a week there, and then we only did, like, Security Plus for 2 weeks, and then they're like, oh, the classes are over. And what's really great is last week, it was on Wednesday, because Monday, our instructor canceled class. Our instructor has canceled class at least 6 times on us, and it didn't used to be a problem. Oh, the instructor canceled class, he's not going to be there. You can still go into the building. You can still use a computer lab if you need to. And I would, even though I can access the courseware at home, I would still go to the school and go into the computer lab because I'm in a learning environment. I'm in an environment that is specifically for learning. So, like, if it's a day in my dad's home and he's being a pain in the ass and being a constant distraction, I can just leave, I can go there, I can study, and I can be productive. I can get shit done. There was one time that classes were canceled, I still showed up, and I just went into the computer lab, and I probably was the most productive I ever was. I got at least maybe a chapter and a half done. And these chapters are long. They take a while to get through. Normally they take you about 2 days, like 1 or 2 hours a day, 2 days, to get through a chapter. It took me like 3 hours. I actually stayed there from 5:30 till 9, the full length of the class. And then halfway through, I think it was in April. April is when this change happened. The director changed, and the new director that took over basically said, if your instructor's not there, you can't be in the building. Which is just great. It just came out of the blue. It was just basically, I'm a new director, I'm going to enforce a bunch of rules because I'm an asshole, I guess. I don't know. You have a fucking security guy in the building. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna steal something? I can't. You got cameras everywhere. Why? Why does someone gotta fucking be there? So yeah, we last Wednesday they gave us 2 pieces of paper. One piece of paper is an invitation to a completion ceremony. And the person that handed us this paper, he's basically like part of their directing team over the whole program. He handed us an invitation to the completion ceremony. When he said completion ceremony, I let out an audible chuckle, like a passive-aggressive, ha! I actually did that. No shame. I'm the kind of person, I don't give a fuck. I'm like Donald Trump. I have no filter. I speak my fucking mind, right? So I let out a chuckle. I'm like, heh, completion fair ceremony. Yeah. What are we celebrating? He's like, oh, you're celebrating your accomplishments. I'm just chuckling to myself. I'm like, what fucking accomplishment? Not a single motherfucker here has a certification because this shit has been so horribly mismanaged. What are we celebrating? I'm gonna celebrate wasting fucking 4 months of my life I'm never getting back and owing you 15,000. Fuck off. The least they can do at the celebration ceremony is get everyone pizza. And like good pizza, not fucking little shitters pizza, like actual like bare minimum Papa John's. I'd prefer a local pizza chain. Give a mom and pop pizza joint a fucking some business, please. So yeah, basically I wasted my time. I still have access to the courseware, but I am a little bit concerned because I still see A+, I still see Security+. There's no like notice on it. The Network Plus one says that the class ends in 13 days. I'm like, well, fuck me. Right, so, but the good news is I'm on the second to last chapter of Network Plus. I'm almost done with it. Depending on my mood tonight, I'm kind of in a shitty mood, but I'll probably pull up the courseware and at least for an hour try to finish chapter 13. I have a bunch of labs to do. I have a course, I have the exam, not the exam, I have the quiz at the end of that chapter just to be able to pass it. So I can go on to the next part of that chapter. I think it's probably like, what, 8 parts of that chapter left to do? So I want to get that done tonight, and then, even though I don't have class on Wednesday, I'm still gonna fucking study. I have plenty of time to do it. I'm not changing my availability at my job to be available on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. If anything, I want to change it so that I'm available Monday, but not available Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I think I'll change my availability at my job to be unavailable Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Just so I'm like, this is my fucking weekend. So, like, one major aspect of my job that I hate was I don't know when the fuck I'm off. I now know I'm not available at my job. The 3 days that I normally have off, my 3 days are now fixed. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why Friday? Maybe Friday I want to go down to Greensboro and go to fucking Arcadia Manor. Maybe I want to do that, because they're only open, like, Thursday through Sunday. And they have reduced hours on Sunday. And Thursday, they don't have reduced hours, and they have a reduced entry price, and it's usually dead, so I have all the arcade machines to myself. I can just go there, and I can be a little weeb and play all the fucking Japanese rhythm games. And then go upstairs and play the pinball machines they have upstairs. I like to do that. And then when I get hungry or thirsty, I just leave, go to the Sheets that's literally across the street, get something to drink, come back, because it's a day pass. I can walk back in the place. It's nice. But yeah, classes have ended, and I basically wasted my time. Fuck me. No, Talkie, I wasn't ignoring you. I was in the middle of a yap. You know how I am. It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a bit, dude. I'm just playing some Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Pokemon Compass right now. This stream is ending at midnight. It doesn't matter how far I've gotten, so it is going to be like 30 minutes. I have a document open right now of things I want to talk about. And right now, what I'm going to talk about is, I saw this video by Tectone. Some people may not know who the fuck Tectone is. Some people might know who he is and go, oh my god, you watch him, he's a piece of shit. Whatever. I watched the guy because he made a bunch of content on Genshin Impact when I was really balls deep into Genshin Impact. And balls deep in Gene's ass. Okay, alright, I kid, I joke. I mean, Gene's got a nice ass, though. Although some people prefer Eula. Eula kind of scares me a little bit. She's hot, but, like, if you've actually interacted with the character in the game, she's... Whew. Whew. I don't know who's scarier, her or fucking Raiden Shogun. God. At least Eula can cook, maybe. Raiden can't. So, there's that. But... this kind of spurs back, this kind of, not spurs, this kind of rolls back to, like, the first few things I talked about, mainly the about streams and whatnot. I watched this one video by Tectone, it was probably like a few weeks ago now, and it's just a clip of his stream, kind of like these videos, where he's just basically talking about his life. Tectone used to be a fat piece of shit. I mean, he actually was, like, how I am now, a fat slop. You wouldn't know because they have the cute anime girl avatar. But he used to be fat. And he used to, like, play games, be a video game addict. And he had, like, an early midlife crisis and decided he's not about this. Like, he enjoys video games. He still wants to have video games be part of his life, but he doesn't want video games to control his life, basically. And I'm kind of in that same boat. I'm kind of like, I find myself playing games, and sometimes I'll play games because I'm enjoying it, other times I'm just mindlessly playing a game because I feel like I have nothing else to do, and then, like, it's now 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, what the fuck have I done today? I went to work. Okay. And I wasn't really at work that long, and I earned, like, maybe fucking 40 shekels for the goddamn day. What am I doing with my life? Right? So... Tectone talks about basically how he used to game a lot. He's now doing it so that he streams for like maybe 2-3 hours a day. He now says that he's only going to be playing video games when he's live streaming. In days where he's not live streaming, he'll still have like that same amount of time. So if he streams for like 2 or 3 hours, he will play games for that 2 or 3 hour block of time. The rest of the time, he has more free time than just 2 or 3 hours, because Twitch is his job. So you can understand he has a fair amount of time to himself. So what's he doing with all the extra free time that he now has where he's not playing games? He's going online or going to taking classes at a college or something. He's learning different skills. He's improving himself. Or he's going to the gym and he's working out. Or he's going outside and going for a walk, or he's socializing with friends, or family, or spending time with his wife, and he's also just trying to get things together for his soon-to-arrive kid, or he has a kid? I don't know, either he has a kid, or he has a kid on the way. And this whole video kind of resonated with me a little bit, because he even said, like, this video he's doing is a risk, because his viewer base are all gamers. And he talked about a lot of different things. He said, one quote he said is like, you are like the sum of the 3 people you hang out with or some shit. And he's basically saying if you're spending your time sitting at home playing video games, and that's all you do is, like, say even if you got a job, all you do is wake up, work, come home, play video games, jerk off, go to sleep, and that's all you do, and then, like, even if you join a Discord and you get a couple Discord internet friends, if the internet friends you're hanging out with do the same thing, then you're basically just gonna stagnate. You're gonna get to a point where this is the only thing in your life, this is the only thing you do, this defines your whole life, you're gonna be miserable. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. I'm earlier along, the Tectone's further along than I am with this kind of realization. I'm kind of on the precipice where it's starting. And then watching this video kind of, like, made me jump ahead to where he's at now. But before he started taking the actions, now I'm in the... I went from maybe there's a problem to there is a problem, and now we have to course correct. And now I'm in the how am I going to course correct kind of part of the problem-solving part. So basically, this is why, going forward, I said, I see you, Talkie. I said, hello. But yeah, basically, going forward, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, I'm gonna play video games when I'm streaming, or when I would be streaming. So again, if I stream for like 2 or 3 hours a day, say like 9 o'clock to midnight, that's probably around the time I would play games. And then the rest of the time, if it's not a day where I'm going to work, I need to do stuff around the house. I need to maybe clean my rooms out so I can finally move all my shit into one room, so I don't have to worry about my dad coming in and interrupting the stream. Or maybe I go out. I don't need to get a gym membership at Planet Fitness right now. All I need to do is just go the fuck outside for 1 hour. That's all I need to do, honest to God. Maybe instead of playing games, maybe that time, if I'm not doing housework, and by housework I mean like cutting the yard, you know, manly things, or going and getting exercise, either going for a walk outside or playing fitness boxing. I'll consider that. I won't consider that me playing a video game. I'll consider that getting physical exercise, because it's fitness boxing. It'll kick your ass. You'll be surprised how many calories you'll burn just punching air and getting your heart rate up. It's ridiculous. Hatsune Miku has hands. You have no idea. She has fucking hands, dude. She will beat your ass. Or, if I'm not doing any of those things, I could also just be, you know, making video content. Because I've said for multiple times, oh, I want to make video content. I want to make, like, not this. This is just kind of like garbage content, but it's content. I'm talking about actual, like, think back to the Shell Bell incident video. That actually took me about 90 minutes to take that clip and just kind of, because I was going here without a plan on that. I literally wasn't planning on how to edit the video. I was just going and just editing the video and thinking, oh, it'd be cool to add this. Oh, it'd be neat to add this. Oh, I should cut this. Like, and it was just 90 minutes to do that. Now imagine if I took the time to plan a video, shoot a video, script a video, shoot a video, and then edit the video and have a general idea of how I'm going to edit something. I could probably get one video out a week minimum, if not more. And I'm not talking about stream clips. Stream clips are easy. The Shell Bell incident was basically a stream clip highlight thing. That took me 90 minutes. That could take me even less time as I learn to, like, edit things better. Or as I learn to edit faster or edit more efficiently or whatnot. That's what I could do. And if I'm now blocking out my days where, okay, yeah, sure, I have to go to work. Days I gotta go to work, I'm gonna lose time. I'm not gonna be able to edit videos or anything like that. Because after I'm done streaming, I just want to go the fuck to bed. But, like, the 3 days minimum that I have off work, one of those days will be gone to, like, cutting the grass or doing, like, chores. But the other 2 days, that's fucking 16 hours minimum. I spend 3 of those hours streaming. It's 13 hours. I spend 2 of those hours, you know, eating lunch, dinner. That's 11 hours. There's 11 hours I can fucking... What can I do in 11 hours? I mean, that's a whole full-time shift and a lunch break and a commute worth of time that I could do something. I could go work out. I could work out for an hour. I could study for 2 hours. I could edit a video for 2 hours. And I could... And then I guess take a shower or something. I don't know. I don't know what I could do in the last hour. But basically I could do a lot of shit instead of just sitting on my ass and playing video games for like 16 hours on my day off. Because that is a waste of time. And that is probably the biggest takeaway from the Tectone video, is kind of something I've been wrestling with myself, and kind of like I wanted to make a video kind of talking about it, but I could never formulate my thoughts to make it, because I never gave myself the time to do it. But basically, I wanted to talk about how video games are a waste of time, so you shouldn't waste too much time playing them, But at the same time, I didn't want to say, if you like playing video games, you shouldn't because you're wasting your time, and every single waking moment of your day, you need to be grinding to make fucking BlackRock more fucking money or some shit. I don't know. Basically what I wanted to say was basically what Tectone said in his fucking video. Like, it's okay if you want to play video games for 1 to 3 hours a day, as long as it's not taking up your whole fucking day. He even said, Tectone even said that if you have like 1 or 2 days a week where all you do is play video games, then that's fine too. Because everyone takes a vacation, everyone takes a day off. It's okay to do that, but if that's your everyday, if your everyday is wake up, play video games, beat off, go to sleep, then watch, rinse, repeat every waking moment you have, that you're not have to be at work or have to be at a function that you have to be at, then it's a fucking problem, and you should take that time to work out, study, go date, literally anything else. Anything else. Literally doing anything else would be better than spending 16 hours a day playing a game. And that really did kind of open my eyes to my current situation, how I'm living, how I'm not taking care of myself, how I am, even though I'm going to work, because I work a day job, I feel like I'm not a video game addict. I feel like I don't have a problem. Basically, I'm kind of like the person that has a drinking problem, but I don't realize it because I'm not piss fucking drunk all the time. I only get piss drunk when I go to a function. So I don't see it as a drinking problem, but it's still a drinking problem. It's a drinking problem, but instead of alcohol, it's video games, but it's still kind of the same thing. So that's why I'm gonna try to implement the same thing. Now, I'm still gonna have days where I'm like, you know what, it's a day off, I don't want to do anything, I'm gonna just play video games. Give myself like 1 day every week where I don't study, I don't do any housework, I just sit on my ass, I play games for 16 hours until my eyes burn, right? That's fine. As long as I'm not staying up until 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning like I have been this fucking month. Which has royally fucked my sleep schedule up. And that's my own fault. It really is my own goddamn fault. And I know there's a lot of people that dislike that video, but it really was an eye-opener for me. And I think I'm now just talking in circles. This is something I need to stop. So I guess I'll stop this segment and move on to like another segment. I think I'm going to skip this other part I wanted to talk about because I feel like it's a little more negative, and we'll go to the next thing. And I gotta wait for the remucks. Talkie Talkie says, if I can't do something good, do it bad. It's better just to try and do something good, I guess. You do the same if you're level grinding. Talkie Talkie says he does the same with level grinding. You know, that's the thing about level grinding in a video game. It's literally like RPGs are probably the worst games you can play. They're fun. There's not really a lot of content in most RPGs because most of the time RPGs pad out their content with, oh, you need to catch something or you need to level something up. And it's literally just a time sink. That's why so many MMORPGs or so many like free-to-play games like Genshin Impact, for example, have this kind of system. Speaking of video games, though, dude, who here is excited for the Switch 2? I went and pre-ordered the Nintendo Switch 2 when pre-orders finally dropped in the United States. Thanks a lot, Trump. And I didn't notice, but I actually checked my pre-order status on Walmart. It's still there. It has been canceled. No, knock on wood. If you pre-ordered your Switch 2 from Walmart, which most of the people in my group have not, they're either can't afford it or don't want it, or they're just mad about it, whatever, to each their own. If I looked at my Walmart pre-order, and Walmart usually has like a little icon next to it to indicate different things. If it has a semi, an 18-wheeler and a truck icon next to it, it means it's going to be shipped through like USPS, UPS, FedEx, something like that. But then there's like a bag icon. There's a handbag icon that indicates delivery from store. And I watched this one video about this guy that said he canceled his Switch pre-order, the Switch 2 pre-order to get it from like Nintendo or something. And he said that if you have that handbag icon on your pre-order from Walmart, that means that it is a guaranteed delivery by 9 o'clock in the morning. So 9 a.m., you're going to get that shit, or like around 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, oh, cool. So I see the icons there. I'm like, well, fuck me. I guess I need to wake up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and just be awake and be aware, because I know for a goddamn fact I'm going to need to sign for this son of a bitch because it's over $500 fucking dollars. But that's what the handbag icon thingy on the Walmart app means. It means that it's not gonna be delivered through like FedEx or anything like that. It's gonna be delivered like if you ordered something from Walmart.com for store delivery, where they deliver it from the store to your home. Like if you ever buy groceries from them and have it shipped, which if you live in a city you might have done. I've done it once for like cans of cheese balls when they were the only place in town that was selling the cheese balls. Now like the other grocery store sells, so I just get it there when it's in stock. So I pre-ordered the Mario Kart one. I pre-ordered the Mario Kart World Nintendo Switch 2 for a damn reason, because the game is only $50. I don't give a fuck if it's digital. I don't care. Because, I don't know if people realize, but like most third-party games on Nintendo Switch 2 are fucking game key cards. They're digital anyway, so I'm like, whatever. The Mario Kart one isn't digital, it's physical only, but if I paid for the Switch 2 and then paid for Mario Kart World by itself, I would be out over $500. It'd be closer to $600 after tax. And you're also getting tax on the physical game too, which is a motherfucker. So, really excited for Mario Kart World. Can't wait to play it. I'm also going to get, I don't know, I think I might just go to Walmart.com and try to see if I can pre-order the game as well. I'm going to pre-order, if I can't do it, I'll get it at GameStop, but I prefer just to have both games shipped to me so I don't have to go out anywhere Friday when it comes in, or Thursday when it comes in, because I'm just going to want to get this shit charged, shut up, and play it. I'm literally going to stream it when it comes out. As soon as that shit fucking comes to my doorstep, I am setting that bitch up. We are streaming fucking Mario Kart World all damn day. It's gonna be crazy. But I also want to get the new Rune Factory game, I think it's called Guardians of Azuma is what it is. It's like I know this Rune Factory game in particular is also coming out on the Nintendo Switch 1. I know that. I'm gonna get it on the Switch 2 because it's gonna just perform better. If there's a Switch 2 edition of a game I don't have, I'm getting the Switch 2 edition because it's just going to be a better experience. The game's going to run better. It's going to look better. I mainly don't care about it looking better. I care about it running better. I see Casey's in here too. We got a full party in here. You just exploded, didn't you? Son of a bitch. I wanted to catch it. I didn't want it to kill itself. Fuck. I saw someone mention DK's new design. Yeah, I actually like Donkey Kong's new design. A lot of people have kind of been like, oh my god, they made Donkey Kong look like shit, because people hate fucking change. Like, if the next time I streamed, I just debuted a new model and called it Tsukino Azura and I gender swapped the male, people would hate it. People hate change. People don't like change at all. It's a thing you don't want to do, if you can avoid it. I love the new Donkey Kong game. That's coming out mid-July. Absolutely love mid-July. Can't wait to play the new Donkey Kong game. Can't wait to play the new Mario Kart game. June's going to be Mario Kart and Rune Factory. July is going to be probably more Mario Kart, because that's just going to be a mainstay game with Pokemon. And it's going to be the Donkey Kong game. I don't actually own Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I had a borrowed copy, basically. I was borrowing somebody's copy. So Kirby and the Forgotten Land's a Nintendo Switch game. It's one of those Switch 2 edition enhancement things that has exclusive DLC with it. So I'm like, oh, fine, I'll go and get it. Now, if I can find a copy of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you know, the cartridge itself, I might consider getting it used. But here's the thing about the Switch, the first party Switch 2 edition game cartridges. So if you buy the $80, if you buy the $80, yes, it's $80 fucking dollars, Kirby and the Forgotten Land game, which it's the full game of Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus the $20 DLC enhancement pack. That's part of it. Nintendo has actually confirmed that as far as first-party games go, the Switch 2 edition stuff has both the game and the Switch 2 edition updates on the same card, so you don't have to download anything. If you go to GameStop and you buy Kirby and the Forgotten Land from GameStop, and you take that cartridge home and you put it in your Switch 2, and you don't have your Switch 2 connected to the internet, you're going to be able to play that game from beginning to end and all the new content without having to download anything. Now, granted, you might, if you're connected to the internet, maybe there's like a patch or something, but usually it's, you can just play it from beginning to end. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land's a really good game. I can't remember if I did a stream of it or not. I don't think I did. I do remember I 100%ed that shit, so excited for that. And then, like, coming up, Nintendo Switch 2 versus Nintendo Switch 1. Switch 2's launch lineup for its first 6 months is really strong. You have Mario Kart World. You have Donkey Kong Bonanza the following month. You have the Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition with that new DLC in August. And then the last quarter of this year, which there's going to be more revealed to the Switch 2, because Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be attending Gamescom this year. What the fuck are they going to show there? Something new. One or two, like, surprises. Probably a bunch of third-party stuff, because third parties haven't gotten dev kits yet. They're going to be getting them, like, they probably got them this month. They just probably started with their games. You said Legends ZA. Yes, that's right. That's the other thing. I'm going to get Legends ZA Switch 2 edition because I saw the gameplay trailer footage. The Switch footage looks like shit. You can already tell the game can barely, like, it runs just as bad, if not worse than Scarlet and Violet on the Switch. I know it's kind of hard to believe because the game's running fine right now, but if I go to the Lag Tree Forest, you'll know. It runs like ass. But then I saw the Switch 2 edition announcement for Pokemon Legends ZA, and it was night and day. Like, I could immediately tell that the game was running full 60. I could tell the game was running smoother. I could tell the shadows looked darker, the light areas looked lighter. It looked more dynamic. It was high dynamic range. Like, I could tell. Even though, like, I don't have an HDR TV, I could tell the footage was doctored in some way where they could show HDR. I don't know how it works. It's not, you can tell the fidelity looked better. That's what I'm trying to get at. So you got, after Kirby and the Forgotten Land, in August, September, October, November, December. Nothing, most likely nothing first party will come out in December. So, between September and November, we're gonna have Legend of Hyrule Warriors: The Imprisoning War. So a third Hyrule Warriors game, and I actually love the first Hyrule Warriors game. It was just ridiculously fun. Age of Calamity, I liked Age of Calamity. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. It just wasn't as fun as Hyrule Warriors Legends, because that was just basically every character in the kitchen sinks in that game. Here, have fun. Here's a giant cuckoo. Yeah, go for it. Play as Ganon? Yeah, go for it. Knock yourself the fuck out, motherfucker. And so you've got Age of Imprisonment. Because I'll tell you right now, Legend of Zelda, Age of Calamity also had performance problems on the Switch 1. So yes, we finally have a next generation system that is actually more powerful than the fucking Steam Deck is right now. And I know that's a bit hard to believe, but like, the Steam Deck cannot run Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty without running into problems. The Switch 2 has a dedicated port of Cyberpunk 2077 that also has Phantom Liberty included on the cartridge. The game and it's there. I might get Cyberpunk 2077 for Switch 2. Just for shits and giggles. I have it on PC. But the game's such a good game, I might consider getting it. Maybe in, like, when I get Kirby. I'll probably get Kirby and Cyberpunk. Because they'll probably still be copies of the Cyberpunk game. Just because Cyberpunk 2077 is not a game key card, it's the full game on the fucking cartridge. So we got Age of Imprisonment coming out. We got Pokemon Legends ZA coming out. And then we got Metroid Prime 4 Beyond coming out. The Switch 2 edition, which... Okay, yeah, I know. Prime 4 is technically a Switch 1 game. I'm considering it like... You know how Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is basically a Wii U game? But I count that as a Switch game as well? Same thing here. Prime 2 is a Switch 2 game. In my mind, it's a Switch 2 game. You can get it on the Switch 1, it's going to be an inferior experience. Get it on Switch 2. If I were to predict when those other games were to come out, I would say, okay, we know that Mario Kart comes out in June, Donkey Kong in July, Kirby in August. September, I'm predicting Zelda Age of Imprisonment. October, I'm predicting Metroid Prime 4. November, we're going to have Pokemon Legends ZA. So it's like, the Nintendo Switch 1, when it came out, you had The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that's the only thing you had to play for a month. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, which was Mario Kart 8 plus the Wii U DLC included in one package for $60 fucking dollars. I know it was $60. I bought it at $60 because it came with the DLC. It wasn't Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch levels of egregious. Hey, let's just port a 3DS game, add nothing new to it, except maybe a new control mode, and charge $60 fucking dollars for it. Or Donkey Kong Country not Tropical Beat. Or Donkey Kong Country Returns. The most egregious one was Donkey Kong Country Returns. A fucking $40 Wii game, $40 3DS game, nothing new other than a graphical facelift, just an upscale to HD. $60, fuck you. I'll buy a used copy of that game, by the way. I'm not gonna pay $60 fucking dollars for it. No, I refuse. But like, you had, when the Switch came out, you had Zelda, you had Mario Kart a month later, and then 6 months from April until fucking October, nothing came out for the Switch 1. It was a dry spell. You had a bunch of shovelware in the fucking eShop, that was it. And I Am Setsuna, which is it's a good game, I need to sit down and finish it. You had Mario Odyssey come out in October that year. So it was like April, May, June, July, August, September. It was like 5-6 months. Nothing came out. That's not the case for the Switch 2. Nintendo's coming out first party wise. They're coming out swinging. New Mario Kart, new Donkey Kong, new DLC for the best Kirby game released on the Switch 1. Fucking, a new Zelda a new Zelda Warriors game. New Pokemon that's also releasing on the Switch, but having like a basically a Switch Pro version that's gonna run better and be better. And Metroid Prime fucking 4, the most anticipated Metroid Prime game ever, because it's been 7 fucking years. God damn it. Release the game already. Holy shit. So excited for that. And yeah, Casey just said Nintendo GameCube. When the Switch 2 comes out, I'm going to be upgrading my Switch Online membership to an Expansion Pass membership because of the GameCube stuff. When it comes out, there's actually going to be 4 games that come out on the GameCube. There's going to be Soul Calibur 2. There's going to be Wind Waker. There's going to be, oh god, what were the other? One of them is Mario Strikers. There's Mario Strikers, Wind Waker, and Soul Calibur 2. But then there was another game that was coming out, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. So help me God, what was it? I'm looking it up right now, give me a sec. By the way, the apps used to be called Nintendo Switch Online console name. The Nintendo GameCube is actually called Nintendo Classics. So I guess they're going to go back and they're going to rename the Switch Online apps to Nintendo Classics. It's 5 gigabytes in size, so it's coming with like 4 games already, and then I guess a gig for the games included. Oh, I'm sorry, F-Zero GX. So on the website right now, they're showing Soul Calibur 2, Wind Waker, and F-Zero GX. But then we also know that it's not, I don't know why it's not shown, but at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience, for the GameCube Nintendo Classics section, they had Zelda, Soul Calibur, F-Zero GX, and Mario Strikers. The original Mario Strikers on GameCube. You know, the one that has the pause music, that's just the elevator music. I don't have the video ready. Where's that? Where's the fucking video? It's in my memes folder. I'll show you what pause music it is. Where's the? Do I have a media share? I'll tell you what. We're gonna just change image share to this image file. Let's create a video source real quick. Video source, and we'll do videos. Different videos. So videos, edited, shitpost elevator music Metroid. Yes. Where's the audio for it? Oh, I can't hear it. I'm not monitoring it. But yeah, it's this fucking. I actually made this. Nintendo posted this video with like Samus going through the loading screen, and I just literally downloaded the Mario Strikers pause music, and I'm like, I just layered it over it. It was so fucking funny. That song is from Mario Strikers on GameCube. That's the thing I'm talking about. So we're gonna have that as well. The good part, the crazy part, this is speculation. We might see the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games finally come to Nintendo Classics, because if you go to the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and go to the part where they mentioned the games that are coming up for Switch 2, you actually have to go to like Nintendo.com. You have to go to their main page. San Francisco Grand. You have to go to the part that talks about Switch 2. You have to scroll down. So if you go to nintendo.com/us/gaming-systems/switch2, and you why did I say that? Here, if you go to this fucking website, Control V. If you go to this fucking website and you scroll down, say I think it's under Games. You have to go to Games. You click on Switch Online. It talks about the GameCube Online. Oh, now GameCube Online is just a video. Fuck me. Now I look like an asshole. There was a section that had like a carousel set up where we're scrolling through the games that were coming out. There's a video. Just mute. All right, here we go. How do I capture my? I know how to work OBS, right? Window capture. Switch 2 games, Brave. There you are. And we'll just turn that on for a sec. I have to really. I guess I have to layer it up so you can see it. This is the GameCube thing I'm talking about. There's no sound. I have it muted. I have it muted for just cause copyright shit. Right? They're showing off the features of it. The reason why I think we're gonna maybe see Game Boy Advance games come to GBA Online is right here. Just right here. Here's the games that are coming up. Super Mario Strikers is probably gonna come out launch day. You see Super Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is an RPG. Like, it's not a battle simulator like Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2. It has a battle simulator mode, but it has a story mode where you catch the Shadow Lugia on it. And it's the better Pokemon Stadium game, by the way. And by the way, the order that's coming up is just what's coming up in the pipeline. And then once they're done with this lineup, they'll probably announce what else is coming up later. This isn't going to come out by the end of the year. These are just like, here's what they're planning to bring. So we got Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem, Pokemon XD, Mario Strikers. You got Chibi Robo. You got the very first Luigi's Mansion. I predict that's coming in October. So you can finally play Luigi's Mansion 1, 2, and 3 on the Switch too. And then you have Pokemon Colosseum, which is also an RPG that links with what now? The Game Boy Advance games. So either it's going to have there's going to be some sort of like, all right, I own Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD and a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Advance GameCube link cable. The way the games worked were when you connected the GBA to the GameCube and you initiated the trades in the post game in the two GameCube Pokemon games, basically the GameCube would just like boot the GBA into like a special mode, and it would just basically read the data from the cartridge. Right? You didn't touch the Game Boy Advance at all to select the trades. You selected that all with the GameCube controller. So what I think they're gonna do, what I think they might do is they'll add the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games to Switch Online. Then they'll make it so that when you launch the Colosseum and XD games, it'll just let you pick. It'll be like, you know, when you push ZLZR, it opens up a little menu. You can just pick which game to like link to the game, and then it'll just read the save data. And then what will probably happen is when they implement that, they'll probably also do the same thing for the Nintendo 64, and they'll bring like the Game Boy Pokemon games over as well. That may not be till like 2026 because we have Pokemon Legends ZA coming out right now. So I don't know. We'll have to find out. But, you know, I hope that's going to happen because this is what I want to have happen. I want to have the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance Pokemon games on the Switch. I want to have the GameCube. I want to have all these games from Nintendo Classics. I want them to be able to link up to Pokemon Home. That's what I want them to do. Because then you have to think about it. You basically have every Pokemon available between the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the GameCube, and the Nintendo Switch Pokemon games. Not counting Pokemon Go, you would have access to every single Pokemon. Every single one. Can't get excited for releases like I was there originally released. That was exciting. Understandable. The other reason I'm excited for this, though, is because it allows people that have not played those games, like, have you seen how much it costs for, like, Pokemon Emerald, for example? Go ask Devo. He bought it. he bought it. Here, I'll show you. Maybe like this is like GameStop.com. Just, you know, type of Pokemon Emerald. Assuming it's even in stock. Oh well, shit. I'm apparently an asshole. It's $60. It's not available though. That's the thing. It's not available. Pokemon Emerald. Shopping. All right, so take a guess. Take a and don't fucking tell people. Chat. Let's say you wanted to get a copy of Pokemon Emerald. How much money do you think it is? How many shekels do you have to cough up to get one copy of Pokemon Emerald? Casey thinks 120. I wish it was $120. Bro. How about the price of a Nintendo Switch? Bro, how about the price of a Nintendo Switch? Fucking $353. Loose cartridge is like $223. This right here is a fake cartridge. I'm telling you right now, it's fake. That is fake. $381, 9502, and you see that that's a Japanese version. This says tested. I'm pretty sure that's fake. Motherfucker, why is that $2,000? That is the price of a gaming PC, dude. And not like a mid-range that you could get. You could build a computer that has a fucking RTX 5090 in this son of a bitch. 32 gigs of RAM and an AMD Ryzen fucking 9500X with RGB lights and an AIO, and still have enough money for a fucking USB dildo to show up your ass, and still have $50 left over for dinner. Or you could buy Pokemon Emerald version new. Fuck off. Oh god. Alright, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Game Boy Advance Pokemon games are expensive as hell, so this is why I really hope they bring the Game Boy Advance games to Switch, to Nintendo Switch Classics, with them having the GameCube Pokemon games in. Because Game Freak knows it, Nintendo knows it. They're not shy on releasing the Pokemon games on Virtual Console, because they've done so on the Nintendo DS, on the 3DS. On the 3DS, you have access to Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal. Not the Game Boy Advance games, though, but you have those. So it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. And I think Switch 2 is the when. Yeah. Oh, Devo's was $180. By the way, that price may not include shipping, so have fun. Yeah, they were used. Yeah, used. Used. $300 used. $300 used, bro. Fucking Christ. There was a bunch of other shit I wanted to yap about. I'm running out of time though. We got pretty good. What's one last thing? I don't think there's anything else. Like, the other stuff's kind of negative downer stuff. But yeah, Nintendo Switch 2, super. I'm excited for it. It's in 2 fucking weeks. I just need to make sure that I'm not slacking off my studies. I want to get certified too. That's a chestpin. Do I have a chestpin already? I have a chestpin already. Already got a chestpin. And speaking of the game I'm playing right now, this is Pokemon Compass. It's a mod for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Dagmer's been begging me to crack open my physical copy of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I own it. Hold on, let me fucking get it and just like do something stupid to put it on the screen for a sec. Where is it? Gordon Field. I fucking own it. Where is it? Gordon Shield double pack. Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl double pack. I don't own Scarlet and Violet. I know I own it. I own it. Where the hell is it? You broke in my house and stole my copy of Scarlet and Violet. Son of a bitch. Where is it at? Tripping. Wait a minute. You know, I am blind! Motherfucker! It's right in front of me. I am so blind. Oh god. Thank god I'm not an IRL streamer. That would be fucking embarrassing. Literally, it's in front of me. Right. It's right here. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I own this shit. I fucking own it. The bad part is the bonus code and it's no good. Let me just take a picture of it. Turn flash on. Get her picture of it. And then we crop my leg out of the image. Because my fucking leg is in the image. Then I fucking crop this bitch. So before Nintendo sends their ninjas after me, oh, you're using a mod for Scarlet and Violet. You're probably using a pirated copy. I dumped my own copy, motherfucker. They're right here. Go to Discord. Go to photos. Go to here. Go to be like, I told you. I told y'all I own this shit. I just have to buy the DLC, that's all. It's the fucking double pack right there. Then I gotta go onto Discord on here. And I gotta go to photos. And I go find it. And I hit save image. To just save it to fucking desktop. This is a dumb way to do it. You have a webcam. Just point your. I will face reveal if I do that. I don't want to do that. Where the fuck was image capture? Image thing. Go back to desktop. Go to find it. Most convoluted way to show a box. This motherfucker. Wow, that's big. That is ginormous. I own this shit. This is my box. I own it. It's still sealed. I have not opened it. Actually, no. I opened it and dumped my own game, right? I said I dumped my own game, right? Yeah, no. So I totally opened it. It's totally not sealed. Nintendo. That's me throwing a box on the table. I own this. I have the double pack. I have both the games right here. And here's the cool thing. Here's the awesome thing. This game, Scarlet and Violet on Nintendo Switch 2, is getting a free FREE enhancement update. I think it's like a 12 gigabyte update. Jesus Christ. It's a rather sizable update. The free patch is rather sizable. This was like $120. Actually, it wasn't $100 because the double pack is $120. It's the price of both games combined. Because inside the box itself is two individually like packaged and wrapped games. One's Scarlet, one's Violet. The point of the double pack is you're supposed to buy it for siblings. One plays one game, one plays the other. Or you're like me and you're just lonely and you get it yourself. I'm gonna go put it away so it doesn't disappear. I also have a box copy of Pokemon Black and Pokemon Heart Gold with the Pokewalker. I'm sure that's $1,000. I could probably buy an Xbox Series X post price hike by selling a copy of Pokemon Heart Gold. Did it come with special Pokemon? No. The bonus was like Pokeballs. Like you put in a redeem code that has expired, by the way, and you'll get like 50 fucking regular Pokeballs. I don't care. There was a promo code from Walmart though that I didn't redeem. It was for some like trainer customization item I don't give a shit about. But yeah, games I'll be playing on my Switch 2. Pokemon Scarlet, the regular game. I'm not going to stream it. Don't worry, we're not gonna do a playthrough of it. But I'll be playing that shit. Guardians of Azuma, Rune Factory, and Mario Kart World. So excited. So friggin' excited. And I'll play online with people too. We can do a community night where I could just do raids with people. Because you know how in this game you have a set number of raids every single day on your game? You can join other people's raids. Like when I go to here, Pokeportal won't work. If I click it, it'll try to connect and it'll give me an error. But you can see there's like Terra Raid Battle. I can click on this and it'll just error out immediately because it's offline mode. When you play Scarlet and Violet online, you're able to go online and like Terra Raids will just pop up. So these are Terra Raids that other people were hosting. So after you exhaust the Terra Raids that are in your game, you then open up this screen and you find other motherfuckers that are hosting shit and join theirs. And one thing I will say, that one thing I hope does not happen, and knock on wood, this does not happen. Please don't raise the price of Switch Online. It's $20 a year. That's tolerable. If you double the price, fuck you. If we go 20 for base a year and 60 for expansion pack a year, and we double it to 40 and 120, you can eat me. No, fuck you. Please don't do that. Please, that'll make me so mad. That'll make me hella upset. But yeah, it's midnight. I said stream was ending at midnight. Let's do a couple raids, and then that's gonna do it for tonight. But as far as this segment, me talking about Switch 2, yeah. Super excited for Switch 2. Sue me. $80, was it $80 a year? Is it Canada? Switch Online expansion pack Annual price. You have to pay for it annually. About 10 per person. Motherfucker, just the price. Compare plans. 1. Price, motherfucker. Individual membership type. It's $50. I'm sorry, it's not 40. It's 20 and 50. You said you're paying $80 a year? Oh, if you want the family membership. Okay. I don't get the family membership. I don't have, how many is it? It's 8. I don't have 7 other people to split it with. Because if I had 7 other people to split it with, it would be $80 a year, but it would cost you $10. It would cost you and like the 8 other people $10. And then you'd have access to all the stuff. By the way, the expansion pack also includes the Switch 2 edition updates for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. And guess what I bought when the Switch 2 was announced that that's coming out back in like February. My ass drove down to GameStop and bought a copy of a sealed copy of Tears of the Kingdom, and I managed to get a copy of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So I have all 3 Xenoblade Chronicles games for Switch, which is nice. Super excited. It's literally in 2 weeks. It's literally in 2 weeks. I go to work tomorrow, and then I'm off from now till Saturday, and then there's like 2 more fucking weeks. As of like the 22nd of this month, it'll be 2 weeks. There will be a Twitch stream. There will be a Twitch stream, all right, of me playing the Switch 2. It'll be Mario Kart damn it, Mario Kart Tour's the phone game. It'll be Mario Kart World will be the main feature, but we'll probably start the Switch 2 stream with me playing Guardians of Azuma. Probably halfway through, I'll do a segment where we play the GameCube games. They'll take a break and we'll play Mario Kart for the rest of the fucking stream. It'll be a 3-segmented stream. Because it's gonna be it's literally gonna be like multiple streams of me taking a break in between. So when I get this system, we'll set it up, we'll play fucking the new Rune Factory game. Then I'll stop, I'll take a break, I'll eat lunch, I'll come back, I'll start up stream again, we'll play GameCube games. Then I'll stop and I'll eat dinner and come back, and then it'll be Mario Kart time. You pay an extra $30, I'm going to pay the extra $30. You like to plan ahead of time. It sounds crazy, you like to plan ahead of time. The family plan is only good if you have like 7 other people. If you got 7 other people, you can split it. Like one person pays the $80, and then like 7 other friends cash app you $10 each, and then it's worth it. Can't wait for Switch 2. God damn it! Can't wait. Gonna have a good time. And going for, I'm keeping my original Nintendo Switch because it is a hardware exploitable model. I'm gonna have both of them up here. I'm gonna have the Switch and the Switch 2. The Switch 2 is going to be for online play and Switch 2 games. And then my original Nintendo Switch is going to be for Nintendo Switch games that I don't care about owning physically. We're using the word own here very loosely. And for like modding games, like, you know, playing Pokemon Compass or playing through Zelda with the Linkle mod or something like that. I'll have the 2 side by side. One will be the system that Nintendo wants to brick that will never connect the internet, so they can't brick it. The other one will be a system that will never, ever, ever communicate with the system that's hacked, so it doesn't get bricked. I mean, I don't think Nintendo will brick the system, but, you know, I'd rather not take risks here. Oh yeah, I got, fuck, you just said Splatoon. I have Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3, and I have the DLC for Splatoon 2. I bought it, I never fucking played it. We're gonna do that on Switch too. This is a lightning guy. We need a rock guy. We need Golem. This will be the last raid for the stream tonight. I'm sorry it's a bit of a short one. I just happened to start up late. I apologize. It really doesn't feel like it's been 2 hours, but it has been. I just saw lights in the driveway. My dad's about to come in through the front door, so I don't want him coming in here and, disrupting the stream. Let me fix a thing real quick. Splatoon 2 DLC is all about teaching how to aim properly. Well, good, I definitely should play it. I'm gonna get the Splatoon 3 DLC too. Alright, let's go in here. This, rock type. Please don't have levitate. I don't think I have Fitting yet. So I'll go and catch it. Splatoon 3 DLC is about level grinding for the final boss. They turn it into an RPG? Okay. Alright, let's throw a ball at it. But yeah, this is going to do it for the stream tonight. Now that I went and finished it up with Final Raid. I'm just stalling. I'm waiting for the ball to shake once and confirm the catch. Even though I know it's guaranteed for the host. Yeah, that's going to do it for stream tonight. I will catch you guys tomorrow over on Twitch. I'm going to be playing Cubic Odyssey. That's the Minecraft and space game. And then I'll be back here with more Pokemon Compass on Wednesday. I will probably start at 9 p.m. on Wednesday instead of 10 p.m. to give us a little more time to make more progress. Then it's going to be Oblivion Remastered, and then Minecraft again on this Saturday. I will be hanging out on the Discord for about maybe 1 or 2 hours. So if you want to hang in or hop in a call and chat for a little bit, I'll do that. And then I'll probably wind down at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I have to go to work tomorrow, goddammit. So thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. And until then, everyone, rest well